Hello everybody, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. It has been 45 long years since we played this game. That'll do it to you. An earthquake, I mean. I honestly don't remember what in the world we were doing last time, not gonna lie. Actually, wait a second, let me move chat over so you're not so far away from me. Hello there, Isaac. Hello there, Steve. Welcome, Jake. What's up, pun? More like Fallout Old Vegas? I feel old. I am 1 whole year older than I was since last time we played this game. Hopefully, I am more wise, I am smarter, and I make better decisions this time around. Alright. First off, though, let's figure out what in blazes we were doing. We were influencing people. I was working as an influencer? No! How could this be? I've truly reached the bottom, the valley of my career. It's only downhill from here. Find the upgrades to the Sync Central Intelligence Unit. I wonder if there was anything that happened last time that you guys told me about to go and check. I would not remember by now at this point. I don't think your stats change at all, actually. I don't think so either, unfortunately. Let me take a look at him. Well, I mean, technically speaking, my intelligence is maxed. So, I should be smart. As smart as I was before. One would hope. Chat always gives complete contradictory advice. Honestly, at this point, with the experience that I have obtained from playing RPGs on the channel and streaming to you guys, I feel as if the next RPG I'll play, I'll just do whatever the heck I want. Whatever happens, happens. If I make a good decision or a bad decision, we'll just live with it. And I think that'll probably be the best experience for both me and for you guys too. I'll try to stay away from that other side of me where it's like, I want to see every single thing the game has to offer. Because sometimes playing like that isn't very fun, you know? Sometimes you can just explore and discover things at your own pace. Thank you for the super chat, Ember. The Not a Gaslighter Society would like to remind chat that Zero has never stepped on a single landmine this entire playthrough. Honestly, true. I can't believe that I've had this foresight to foresee every single one. Honestly, my perception is lying to you guys. It is currently maxed at 10. Playing with a guide has its place, but for genuine reactions to what is happening in the game, playing by heart is best. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Welcome back, Dino. Hello, everybody. Glad to see everybody's still here. You guys didn't leave me. It was 2 whole weeks without any content, and you're all still here. What's up, Margoth? Hello, where's Zeg? Welcome, Salty Sandwich. Barada, and from work, he feels a disturbance in the force. The streams have returned, my dudes. Expect me at around the exact same time every single day, pretty much. Except for Mondays. We're still doing some Blazeware reactions that we gotta cover. Alright. So anyways, enough yapping from my side. 2 more places we need to go to? I don't remember the context for why we're trying to influence people, but I think we're gonna go with it. Because I believe Old World Blues is the final mission, and that would basically end what we're doing here. So yeah. Have you finished the main quest? I have essentially finished the main quest. Right now we're just going through all of the DLCs. And I've already chosen my ending, being the Yes Man ending. It's simply a matter of going back and choosing that, and seeing how it all ends. Actually, I could probably just teleport over there, no? Yeah, I can. Where's Eggs here? Time to end the stream. You know, I'm so glad that this has lived on as a meme. It was actually incredible how often Warzeg would join at the very last few seconds of a stream. Like, right on time. It's almost as if you're waiting for me to end the stream, Warzeg. I'm glad that this community can get together and agree on at least one thing. Oh, that's right. Materials for making repair kits. I still remember them. All you have left really is a few companion quests. Oh, almost forgot about those. Thanks for the reminder, Dino. We do have a few companions that we never really delved into. Just the ones that I enjoyed, primarily. So we could go back and take a look at those before we move on from Fallout New Vegas to whatever game that we move on to next. Okay, well, here's the thing. Find the upgrades to this thing's central intelligence unit. Am I missing it? This was the aspect of the game that I wasn't really too keen on. Was just searching around for stuff, because my eyes are very bad. I used to like playing, like, I Spy with my little eye with my mom, back when I was a kid. And she loved playing it with me because she would always win. Doesn't even say in my quest log what to search for. Arcade's companion quest? Ah, yeah. Actually, this... We already killed the entire camp. Oh, wait, no, it's not inside. Is it? Main computer upgrade layer mod prismatic lens. Is that on top of the roof? Oh, okay, wait a second. How do I get up there, though? Hardcore parkour? Up here? A little bit of radiation never killed anybody. Legit, Weebs felt so empty without our leader. I wonder why. It's almost as if I'm the only one uploading to this channel. Kiwi and Serbi, well, Serbi uploads to their own channel too sometimes, so if you guys are ever interested, check it out. In the description, Elijah's advanced. Layer.
Uh-oh.
What? Oh. Okay, whoa, what is this gun? What is that? Jury rig Tesla cannon. Oh, that's right. This thing does damage. I think. At least one would hope. Ooh! Maybe that's a little bit loud. Is it loud? Let me know on stream. The audio balancing, we have to do a lot of work on that because, you know, of Windows updates, and now it just doesn't work the same. So let me know. I mean, ooh, stealth boy. Well, you guys try to figure out your way up here. Ooh. I will read some lore. Set up camp here after Yangtze attack. Too exposed here. Transmitter's vulnerable. Hacked it. Set up remote links so can access it anytime. Need to find spot closer to North Train Tunnel with clear broadcast. LOS. To here. LOS is line of sight. Canyons are too dangerous. Can't go back to Yangtze. There is that weather station northwest that drew that courier here. The mysterious courier that we still have yet to meet. But going there sounds like trouble. For now, going to scout the waste disposal site, then around the perimeter of that Securitron plant. See if I can find a more defensible position. This is very matter of fact. This is very military man kind of speak. Courier's a bit divisive. Uh-oh. Oh, the uh-oh sound? Yeah, that was my stealth suit that I'm currently wearing. It warns me of impending doom. one could say. Okay, it's just this one guy. We should be fine. You're running Fallout New Vegas on mobile? Also, welcome. I mean, considering how the game is, I wouldn't be surprised that you could run it on mobile. Why do the jumpsuits have to be light armor? How's my armor doing, by the way? Ah, that's right. I think we spent a bunch of caps in order to repair it last time. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yes, indeed, Makers Unite. Old World Blues. We should be nearing the end of this DLC. At least I think. Okay. Well, we have this. How's our carry weight doing? We're still fine. We need to head over to wherever that is. I wonder if I can just hop on the train tracks and just follow them. So, if I head forward this way, then make a right on the tracks. Just follow them, we should get there. I must apologize for I prepared nothing for your birthday like fan art. You don't have to apologize at all, Isaac. Just the fact that people showed up to my birthday is already...
Looks pretty tough.
Already a blessing in and of itself. God, my aim sucks. I've not had the time to aim train for such a long time, and I forgot how hard these guys actually hit. Alright, let me just use VATS. At this point, it's probably a better bet. Nope. Or just get closer to them. Bro! There we go. Jeez. Get out of here.
That's all.
Whew. All right. Sorry I had to miss the end of your birthday stream. No worries, Argoth. You already had a prior engagement to that. And it was me who decided to do it on Sunday. These brush guns hurt a lot. I wish whenever I use them, they would hurt that much. But I guess it just has to do with the fact that the enemies are on level with me. Or they adjusted the difficulty. That, or maybe this is just how it's supposed to be. There we go. Wait, I think I had keyboard shortcuts for different items. Where is my sarsaparilla shortcut? How do I set that, actually? Is it 4? Nope. 3? 1? No? 2? No, 2 changes ammo. 5. 5 is my sarsaparilla, and for my weapons... We have hyperbreeders, cool. But this one's even better. Already level 50. It has been a very long time since we started the game, not gonna lie. I actually have to go back and check when we started the first Fallout New Vegas stream. Has it already been a year? Sorry I wasn't here for your birthday, no worries, Jake. It is not mandatory attendance.
Time to fight.
Just anybody who's free can join. If they're chilling down there, we don't have to worry about them. What the? Oh! See? I never stepped on a landmine before. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Also later, Isaac. Thanks for joining in. Hope you have a good night's rest. Ooh. Oh, ooh, did not mean to jump down here. Am I stuck? No, please no. Can I crouch jump? Is that a thing? Oh, come on. Ah, shit. There we go.
Uh-oh.
No! Jump! Okay. Also, yes. Quick save. Wait a minute. Let me actually do a full save. Because I forgot the keyboard shortcut. F5? F5! Hey. Oh, alright. Don't worry about me, guys. I got this. See? See? There's a landmine right here. I saw it. I didn't step on it and I took it. And I'll probably sell it for good money.
Was that all?
Yeah. That was all. Just one landmine. 2 landmines. Who puts landmines on their train track? I guess somebody doesn't want anybody to use the trains at all. An entire duffel bag for dirty water? Really? I'll just deal with you.
Time to fight.
Bye-bye.
Fighting over.
Who parked their car on my sandwich? Oh no. Is this a extremely funny reference that completely flew over my head? Again? Impossible. Highly unlikely. I always get all the jokes that you guys know about. Hello? Housekeeping. This is just my leaf blower, don't worry about it, guys. Later, hitter. ASDF movie? What does that even mean? What is this strange language that chat is speaking in? Also, welcome, Nick. Stand with the Kings? Hell yeah. I mean, the Kings are probably one of the coolest factions in that one little town that we were in. Also, they gave me Rex.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Wait, oh, the other doors just lead here. What about that first door? I'll go back and check it later, I suppose. Thank you. 25 primer, 0.5. Okay, I'll take it. That one little town. Yes, indeed. You guys know the one. I think it was called, like,
friend forever.
San Francisco or something. Wait, why don't you show up as an enemy? Do you just not show up on my radar?
Time to fight.
Never mind.
That's all.
That's what I get for not shooting first. Yo, what's up, Wasabi? Thank you very much. I find it funny the only reference Zero got from Wild Wasteland is dogs playing poker, which is probably the oldest reference. Don't tell anybody, but I'm secretly very old. I just try to act cool and hip so that I can attract a new generation audience. Although, real talk though, a lot of the music that I listen to, most of my friends have never even heard of. Which is really sad. So I'm sitting there talking about like some of my favorite Green Day and Linkin Park tracks, like Bon Jovi songs. My friends are like, who? They are extremely uncultured. That painting is apparently from the 1800s. I may or may not have randomly remembered that from an art class that I had back when I was 12 years old. No, that was before then actually. Because I moved here when I was 10, which means... I think I was around 8 years old then, yeah. Which is where I remember that painting from. You like Linkin Park? Hell yeah, dude. Linkin Park's awesome. I feel like I listened to an era of music that was a little before the time my friends listened to music. But that was mostly thanks to my mom. Me listening to a lot of the CDs that she had in the car. And I mean, I think a few of you already know that my favorite band is Metallica. But then again, that isn't really, like, a niche take anymore. Primarily, probably because of Stranger Things. But yeah. Ah, no, I didn't want the fission battery. Ah, whatever. Oh, it was right here. Main computer upgrade, layer mod, auxiliary recharger chip. I think I can successfully become a influencer now. San Francisco is actually a place you'd go and follow too. Oh! Oh, wait a minute. I think I recall some characters in New Vegas mentioning an incident that happened in San Fran. Which is probably a reference to the things that happened in the previous game, yeah? And I'll make sure to go and check Streamlabs. It has been a while since we streamed, so maybe I need to reconnect it to the YouTube channel. That doesn't look good. I wonder how much of D&D's popularity is from Stranger Things. I actually learned about D&D from Stranger Things, not gonna lie. Because before then, I never really played tabletop games. I didn't have any friends that did. And I thought it was pretty cool. Fast forward about... I don't remember how many years, but like, well, when we first started, well, it was even before we started the first D&D campaign here on the channel. I already did like a bit of a lore dive, a tiny little bit of a lore dive into some D&D lore. That was when I actually got to learn how to play the game and what it was about. Ever since then, we've been having a ton of fun. Right. Not keeping up with new music at all, except for video game music, so my favorite stuff is pretty old. I am basically in the same boat. Video game music and I suppose anime music. Or maybe it's more accurate to call it J-pop at this point. Unarmed skill book. I do love fighting unarmed.
You're my best friend forever.
You're my only friend. Right.
Dr. Mobius, surrender yourself. You cannot win, despite the fact that the odds are heavily in your favor.
Let me take a sip of water. Are you sure you're not an old man that drank a youth potion? I can't entirely say whether or not that's true. Sometimes I feel too old to talk to my friends. I felt that way ever since I was a wee lad. Granted, that might have just been because, as I said, the sync's auto-duck, okay. The fact that I just didn't consume any media that everybody else was consuming. I was just introduced to stuff through my mother, and then I branched out my own interests from there. I think I've talked about this before actually, but the entire reason why I got into anime was because of my mom. She bought, well, she's not really a fan of anime, but she found this manga. I believe it was called King Golf or something like that. It was actually really good. Well, both story-wise and instruction-wise. For anybody who was like new to golf. And me being somebody who's basically played golf their entire life. It was kind of a easy transition between the two. And now I've literally become anime on the internet. Don't think that's what my mother intended, but we're here now. Been to these places before, but I guess never mind. I have not been to this place before. I walked past this place before. Ooh.
Ready, steady, fighty.
Where? Violence check? Oh! I've not heard of that. Hello? What? Bro showed up and then ran away the moment I pulled out my gun. What a coward. Thanks for the stems. Honestly... Never mind, these cazadors are actually kind of tough. I was like, maybe it's a waste of ammo to be using this thing on cazadors, but no. Exterminate bugs with extreme prejudice. Ow! Thanks to the fact that, oh, I am no longer human, none of these attacks actually bother me. DNA Venger perk granted. Studying the abominations created at the Big MT has granted you a damage bonus plus 10% against cazadors. Nice. Advanced layer? Oh yeah, I could. Yeah, it uses MF cells. We have those. Oh. I mean, it's pretty nice. It just doesn't have as big of like impact as the gigantic railgun, which is to be expected. What a coward, he says, holding a railgun the size of a sedan. Look, man. You know, sometimes you just gotta man up and fight. Despite the extremely unfair advantage the enemy has. Especially when that enemy is me. Sup? Ooh. I don't think you found the railgun weapon yet? What? Now what is this? Oh no, it's a Tesla cannon. My bad. I was so convinced it was a railgun. But again, it did not look like an anime schoolgirl. Plus 10% against Cazadors again. These poor Cazadors, man. They don't know what hit them. Whew. What the? What? What? Oh, whoa! I thought I was just seeing things. Get off me.
This. I don't want you to die.
Thank you. God.
Starting combat. Just kidding.
And there it is.
Fighting over.
Alright. Find the upgrades to the sync support AIs. Ah, no. The whole influencer thing was, yeah, to get all the upgrades for all of our AI. Okay. I'm starting to pick up what you're putting down. Seems that there was a lot that we missed out on. Only a certain railgun looks like that. I can't wait for her to show up in Fallout New Vegas. That's a crossover that we always needed. Yo, what's up, Kane? I'm so glad that you know that my name is Zero, as opposed to the Mr. Legit Weebs. Or Mr. Weebs, or Mr. Legit, or some combination of the two. That must mean you're paying attention during streams. And the very rare occasions where I actually mention it or somebody else refers to me as Zero. Because I ain't gonna introduce myself. That's cringe. Bottle caps don't carry the same momentum as coins. You'd have to find other ammo for a railgun. I'm sure there's plenty of things out here that she could use. The bottle caps, yeah, probably not. They'd likely just break before it did any sort of damage. Regular laser rifle. Actually, is there anything I can use to repair this? The really good stuff, which I'm not going to use. Mr. Legit Zero the Degrees? Why does that sound like a Blaze Blue character name? Oh, Cazador eggs, lovely. Mr. Legit is his rap name. I wonder what my rap name would actually be. Like, I've reached the end of my career. I've decided now is the time to become a rapper on SoundCloud. What would I call myself? To re-envision the mad scientist into a rapper. I mean, Mr. Legit's not bad, but I also feel like people would laugh at me. Although, I think people would laugh at me regardless, just because of how I rap. Don't know which wire is closer. Little degrees? Yo, 0G! Okay, now that one's actually pretty good. Alright. Oh, also welcome, Val. Need to watch your Blaze Blue videos? You should. Blaze Blue lore is really fun. Little... I'm not gonna say that. Also welcome, Arthur. Of course, it would be you, of all people. Unfortunately, I have a habit of making cringe content. Well, Enbird, I think you're gonna be great friends with Scourge then. You two could have a conversation about that. And he would love to talk more about it. That being said, it's not like we don't make cringe content. Like, for the love of God, don't go back and check out any of our older videos. And honestly, even going back and checking out our older Fallout New Vegas streams, I cringe a little bit. I am just not very entertaining, am I? There's so much more that I should probably be doing.
Ready?
Oh!
Steady. Fighting.
Should I be here?
Here we go again.
I should. Yes, I should. Here we go. Hi?
Dirty. Here we go again.
Here we go again. Ah, shit. Here we go again. Alright. Okay. Give me all the sensor modules. Make myself into an unkillable beast. With automatically activating stim packs.
Fighting over.
If you cringe, you're free for better or worse. What does that
Are we
even
being
mean?
watched?
Chat. Are people watching us? Yo, what's up, Zero? I am also glad to see that the streams are back in force. And welcome to the stream. Hope one day we get back to KOTOR 2. I honestly hope so too. I can't believe that we lost 80 hours of progress, but it is what it is. Maybe we'll get back to KOTOR when the remake comes out. Right, guys? They're still working on the remake, right? Oh, man. Holy cannoli, Ito! Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear whip. Welcome back, Zero. Thank you very much, Ito. Glad to be back. I'll take all that. Maybe cringe, but I'm still free is a Maxor quote. Oh. I wonder if that was from a video that I watched. It has been a while since we checked out anything from Maxor though, not gonna lie. The enhanced editions of the original Stalker trilogy were just recently released. I've actually heard of the Stalker series, but I know literally nothing about them. So I wouldn't be opposed to it. Oh, recently I watched a stream from Leo where he basically went over his entire backlog and talked about some of the games that he had planned and games that would be coming to the channel at some point and those that wouldn't be. Honestly, I think I should probably do a stream like that just so that we can have it on record about how many games I still have yet to get back to. And then we can also talk about some interesting games that I might not have even had on my list in the first place. Because quite frankly, I don't know about every single game. And I'll say this every single time I see a comment about it. About me like checking out reviews and stuff. Being like, why do you wreck your reviews? Just play the game. But I'm like, I honestly wouldn't have been interested in playing Halo in the first place if I didn't check out anything of any of the Halo reviews. But now we do plan to play that. So I think there is some good that came from it, I should say. Also, let me catch up on chat and drink some water too. God. It's been a while since I streamed, so just getting back to the flow of things. And I am looking forward to my throat getting destroyed. From all the talking that I'm gonna be doing tomorrow with Trails in the Sky again. You learned the importance of backup, so I'll call it a win. Yeah, sometimes you gotta learn the hard way. Oh, it's from Revengeance. Okay. We did check it out. It has been a very long time, though. Maxer's video output is even lower than yours, so you're pretty much caught up, I think. Thanks, Pun. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could output more. But one, I don't have an editor. And two, uploading videos takes forever now. Like, before it took around 5 minutes to get a video uploaded. Nowadays it takes like an hour, 2 hours, potentially. My internet connection is not great. But it's serviceable.
Fighting over.
Would you ever play a Souls-like Dark Souls Elden Ring? I do plan to play Elden Ring at some point. I have Elden Ring and the DLC. I've learned about the lore. It's been a while since I checked out the lore, unfortunately. But whenever we do get back to the game, I'll probably get back into the Elden Ring lore. We might need shorter games, honestly. Like, imagine video games that ended in like 1 or 2 streams. That doesn't look like a nice place to go into. I wonder if there's anything cool here. Probably. But I shall not dilly-dally. There is much to do and much to see. You're a gamer? Name every game. Stanley's Parable? On a meta level, you could probably encompass every single game into Stanley's Parable. Potentially. I don't know if you guys would agree with that, but from the commentary of the game, I would say so. Also, quick save. Whee! Since you're a scientist, you should just clone yourself. I have. I call my clones Kiwi and Serbi. Unfortunately, they're a little bit defective. Not as smart or as good looking as me. But we work with what we got. List by release order, start with Pong? I don't even know any of those games back from that era. I am a zoomer. I don't know. Like, I only recently learned about Mario. Yangtze Camp Jumpsuit. Oh, this is the Yangtze Cap. Okay. Found you Trails because there's not a lot of Trails playthrough on YouTube? Stayed because you're a cool person? Why, thank you, Zero. I'm glad that I... Oh. Okay, I'll take that. I received the support from another fellow Zero. The actual clone, the one we keep in the basement. Have any of you guys seen the movie, the horror movie Barbarian? That's what the clone in the basement makes me think of. Oh, is that a collar? Been there before, buddy. Don't worry, I feel you. Ooh, our carry weight is not looking too good. Ooh. Might as well just do that. I really should have dropped off a few things. It's fine. One of the darkest locations in all of Fallout. Well, I hope you guys brought your flashlights then. Book shoot upgrade. Mulching. I think that's how you say that word? I don't even know what that means. I think I'm gonna stop picking up all these electronics and stuff. Little Yangtze log terminal, okay. What happened here? And no, Arthur, you may not borrow a Zero clone. They are pretty valuable. I unfortunately haven't made a model for consumers yet. How do you feel about racing games? I have not really played any racing games outside of a few parties, like Mario Kart. I think on the PlayStation 2, was there a Burnout game? I think it was called Burnout. I think I played one of those, but I was a child and did not remember much of it. I thought that the cars going fast was very cool though. Log entry 1. The government shipped in the first batch of dissidents today. 3 whole trainloads of communist infiltrators. Half of them don't even speak English, so we had to show them where to go with our nightsticks. They got the point eventually. The docs are already talking about research subjects. Guess that'll help advance the war effort. Couple of burnouts were on PS2, okay. One of the prisoners who speaks a little English, I guess he's become the unofficial spokesman, came to the commandment's office today screaming about hungry ghosts snatching his people up in the night. The ghouls? The commandment told him to give up the ignorant superstitions of a bygone era, and had him thrown in the cooler for 3 weeks. Me? I've seen some of the new robots they're developing here, and I gotta wonder where they got the brains from. Well, we kind of already know what happens. Another escape attempt last night. Can you blame them? We rounded them all up and processed the escapees, but these little bastards are determined. We've got triple shifts on the camp around the clock, and the extra hours are eating up morale. Commandment says he's put in a requisition to use the camp as a field test for the new total pacification collars the scientists have been working on. Maybe then I can get some goddamn sleep. Ah. Is this how they developed the pacification field? Second day at pre-war concentration camp. Kept China citizens here before war. Radiation turned them. Had to keep them in camp with collars. Explains why some of these slave collars exist. Always wondered. Some were clearly pre-war tech. Researching the collar frequencies, touchy. Circuit architecture is messy. Deconstructing them taking time. Must be careful. Can't be spotted by local robots or insane brains from the dome will try to haul me back there. Then research me. No sign of that courier from before. He stays out of my way. I'll stay out of his. You probably should have stayed out of my way too. Been thinking about that Sierra Madre he mentioned. If he's right, I just need to find that casino radio frequency to track it down. Wouldn't need his help if the working holograms and toxic gas are preserved there. Might be easier to study them there with no robots to interfere. And those dispensers. Might have use for those as well. Day 4. Still continuing research. Found way to deactivate collar after some failures. Just a few headless ghouls. It's been hard to go fishing in the camp without one of them trying to run the gate, and their heads exploding. Damn collars. Twitchy. Need to ration the mentats. Give me migraines. Day 4 addendum. While setting up the radios to monitor dome and robots, thought I saw a glint. A scope? From the building on other side of compound. Should check it out. Make sure I'm not being watched. Might be that courier. Still, you would have come straight up, rather than hiding. Instinct says it's someone else. Uh-oh. Oh no! Elijah! Stay safe! Not like I totally didn't lock this guy in a vault forever. I would love to see an epilogue where Elijah somehow escapes, but he's a changed man now. But every single time a mailman walks up to him, he screams in terror.
Ready, steady, fighty.
I see. Oh. I did not mean for this to happen.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
But, okay. Am I a horrible person? Yeah. Yeah, I probably am. Leave it to Obsidian to not be afraid to tackle subjects like this. I mean, I obviously know what's going on, but I'm not gonna speak it out loud because, you know, the greater YouTube bots are watching us. Not much here. Probably Mercy. Thinking of it that way, you're right, yeah. I'd rather be at peace than be stuck here for who knows how long ghouls live. They're feral already.
Attention, Big Mountain. There's a 95% chance of clear skies interrupted with artillery fire.
The boomers aren't anywhere near here, though. At least one would hope. But yeah, I suppose at that point, can you really consider them to be sentient?
Ready,
Intelligent enough
steady, fighty.
to comprehend what's happening to them? What is this? Oh. No, don't hurt me. Come here, buddy. Oh, do you know? Does he know? Does he know? He does not
Bad
know.
guys dealt with.
Yo, what's up, Endless Infinity? Happy Tukia Day? Oh, wait a minute. In the Battletech lore, did Tukia happen today? That's awesome. For the Inner Sphere. And, hello. Thank you, Dr. Venture. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Dr. Venture, for all these important announcements that we definitely need to hear about. I attempted to read your name, then I decided against it. I believe, if Kane's still in chat, I believe Kane played Expedition 33. What were your thoughts on the game, Kane? I've only ever heard good things about it, and considering I'm somebody who likes turn-based games, strategy games, and RPGs, that seems exactly like something I would enjoy. However, it also seems like a very long game. Another one. Another one to add onto the list. So I don't know when I would get to it, but I wouldn't be opposed to playing that game. Did I check the lockers? No, I did not. And I believe the game itself draws inspiration from plenty of other games that I personally enjoy. Can't stand real-time dodging in my turn-based games. That sounds interesting. I'll have to actually see it for myself. Like how it actually plays. Ever since I got into fighting games, I've gotten a lot better at reaction time. So I wouldn't be so scared of it. I might actually quite enjoy it. But I suppose that really depends on how it's implemented. A bit of rhythm involved. Why does it always have to be rhythm? JRPGs are fine. We could always use more CRPG playthroughs. True that. That being said, Baldur's Gate 3 is confirmed for the channel, so hang time, my dudes. It's simply a matter of time. And whenever the D&D campaign ends, I suppose. Watching Nivi's playthrough, so far good, but overhyped. I feel like that's most games nowadays. Glazing has become a term for a reason. Night 2 currently, I think it's amazing so far. I don't play video games. I kind of love the parry and dodge. I just probably shouldn't be playing on expert. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. Good to know that you're enjoying it, though.
If you see a fallen pylon, call security.
Can't wait to watch you play on an expert with your gaming skills. Oh yeah, my super epic gamer skills. Of hardcore parkouring up onto this truck. Are you guys impressed yet?
Sneaking done. Fighting now.
What? Again? I'd be very curious to know though, Kane. How would we fare against each other in a fighting game? Can't wait till we both get some free time and try it out. Did he throw a grenade? I'm backing up just in case. That was like a throwing motion. Don't think so now. It's hard to impress me, but damn, that was fine. Why, thank you, Steve. I know, I know. My gamer skills are not of this world. I honestly should have become a professional at this. But I didn't want to embarrass the kids. This is probably the time where, if this was an edited video, I would cut back to the railroad
complete.
and me trying to jump back onto it. or even back in the casino. Sierra Madre. Where I was trying to parkour the beams and failing. That was past Zero though. That was me a year ago. I'm a new man.
Starting combat. Just kidding.
Never mind. There's too many just kiddings. New Vegas is clearly the perk of parkour mechanics in games. Yes.
Uh-oh.
I'll be real with you though. Parkour in New Vegas
That
feels
guy's dealt
very
with.
much like the first Kingdom Hearts game. I probably didn't enjoy Kingdom Hearts as much as other people do. But I still appreciate it for what it was, and I did like the story to it and the characters. But... Huh. Did I just get gnomed? Oh, it's an intact garden gnome. Wow. Wait, how many of them are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Snow White? Hopefully it's not live action Snow White. Well, that was fun. EGS is giving me out Dead Island 2 until this Thursday. I did not. I don't even think I have EGS installed on this computer, not gonna lie. That is a fallen pylon. Although, I think I already grabbed Dead Island 2 at some point from EGS in the past. So I think I'm good. I have heard those games are good, but I don't know if they're for me, per se.
2 plus 2 equals harassing the head of forbidden idiots of the think tank.
The robot was Snow White, you monster? Wait. Okay. I thought the robot was literally called Snow White and I missed it. I don't feel bad, though. I don't feel bad for this guy dying to just a random rock. He probably deserved it. Actually, no, if he was here and the concentration camp is there, no, they probably didn't deserve it. I take that back. These poor people. Oh, man. Wait, who's in the grave, though? I do not know. What grave are we referring to? We shall never know. You guys are gonna have to watch somebody else's playthrough to figure out. If it was, you'd be running in fear for the CGI dwarves. I still don't understand why we made that decision. Like, why? And certain people having certain opinions about it that just don't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but, you know, whatever, man. Whatever. You guys do you. Okay. First up, before I upgrade everybody, let me drop off some things. This is where I put my weapons. The robot is now white ash, that's kind of like white snow. You're not wrong. Right, don't use these mines. Cyber doggo gun. We can put that back. Laser pistol, why do I have you? Probably just to repair my hyperbeater alpha. Don't use these throwing axes. I carry a lot of weapons. That's just me, don't worry about it. Almost like fallout from a nuclear winter? Oh my god. True. It's so on topic. I think. Upgrade holotape received, upgrading to mood lighting functionality +2 charisma, +5 barter, +5 speech for 12 hours after initial exposure. Thank you.
You've been seeing the other light switch, haven't you? Am I not enough for you anymore?
Yeah, unfortunately. Wait, what did I call this stream again? Flirting with my light switch? I guess I was flirting with the other one. Can you turn those lights on for me?
You bet I can. I bet that's more than that other tramp can do, huh?
She's not like other girls. Oh. Oh.
One time, the biological research station told me he dropped a mug down his processing chute. When I reached in, he exceeded me.
I'm not gonna ask what that implies. Upgrade holotape received, upgrading parts production, functionality, supply of energy cells, microfusion cells, and scrap electronics available once per day.
Oh, please, please tell me you brought me some coffee cups.
Have you made any electronic components?
Yep, here you go.
Oh, thank you. Gotta go.
Sure.
I
Nobody
forgot
wants to
I should
hang
be
out with
collecting the
Muggy.
coffee cups.
I get it. So long, pal.
I have no idea what's going on. That's a perfect state to be in, Kane. For Fallout New Vegas. Just let it happen. Damn, if Zero Shelby is mood lighting, I would bust out a +2 charisma. For real, Arthur, for real. Secondary materials melting functionality. Pencils and clipboards are processed into lead, spare parts, and duct tape. Ah, gotcha.
Greetings,
That's what it
citizen.
is.
Ready to receive seditious materials.
Nothing right now.
Stay loyal, citizen.
Auto dock. Implant C13 is now available for surgical installation. Implant M5 is now available.
You require some additional services?
What are these implants?
And rightly so, I should think. Alright then, let me just fire up the old interface for you.
Swap body parts. Hmm? Or was that to like swap back to being human or to get rid of the perk? What are these implants? They cost money, unfortunately, but... Increased speed while crouched. Drinking radiation removed. Bonus HP AP from food. Ah. I have no money. I had a lot. At first. Auxiliary recharger clip to vendor inventory. Prismatic lens.
Might I be of service, sir?
Prismatic lens. Would that be in... Is there a tab for upgrades? Or is it in weapons? I mean, I just want to take a look at what it does. Nope. None aid. Guess miscellaneous stuff. Am I blind? I think I might be blind. Increased damage +3 for a laser rifle, but that's not what got added, right?
Might I be of service, sir?
Wait. Never mind. I'm so dumb. I tunnel vision so hard on the left side because I'm so used to left to right. God damn. Here we go. Alright. Splits beam. What does that mean? Splits beam. So does it like shoot out 2 beams when you shoot it? Or does it like turn it into a shotgun? It charges ammo over time. It costs 3,000. I don't really have a whole lot of caps on me, and I probably have to save them for repairing stuff. I'm not selling my hyper reader. Splits it into 3 lower damage beams. Okay, well, I mean, that's cool. If you ever want to get into that. I am okay as I am now. Thank you. Get rid of all those sensors. Oh, we can make a few stim packs. What am I missing for stim packs? More of them. I'm currently... We need more Brock flour. So weapon repair kits. I don't have enough scrap metal. Okay. Should pick up some more whenever I can. Sell the plasma grenades? Actually true.
Might I be of service, sir?
I mean, I'll sell them, but I don't need the mods. There we go. Misty flower, what is that? Do I have an upgrade for you? No, it's an upgrade for the sink. Water purification functionality. Any empty bottle converted to a bottle of purified water. That's
Between you and me,
nice, I
think the Central
guess.
Intelligence Unit is a bit of a snob.
I suppose for a hardcore playthrough though, don't they carry a lot of water with them? Because it's really good for filling up your HP again.
Come back anytime you want a drink. Or to get... clean.
Who do
Misty
you think
flower
is
is
cuter, Dr.
opposed to
Klein or
Brock
Dr.
flower?
Burns?
Oh my god.
Mojave snow globe here. All you gotta do is reach down into my bread slot.
I forgot about the hardcore toaster. Been a while, but
Any
dude.
more sweet, innocent little kitchen appliances for me? Yes! Flee before my terrible power!
This is my kind of toaster. I gotta buy this in the future. Hardcore has hydration and hunger meter. Ah, okay. So that's why. Gotcha. Addicted to Unicorn Overlord? When I was playing it, I was too. That game is just really good. Find all the audio samples for the jukebox. Okay, no, there's still a few more things that we can find. Oh, that's right. Okay. My gun's condition is not looking too good. But I should have some available. Might as well use one more. It's not like I'm lacking in weapon repair kits at the moment.
Ready, steady, fighting.
Oh, wait. Oh, it's in the doctor's base. Of course it is. Well, we do have the weaponry for this, so I think we should be fine. And also, I see you, Argoth. I can't even deny that accusation. I mean, heck, even on the throne, I have a phone. I think it's a red magic phone. And I put it specifically on the wish list because it has an anime waifu as its AI assistant. Oh, man. Technology. This is exactly what it was meant to be used for. I need more scrap metal. And I suppose we can take the electronics too. Alright. Requires a key. I wonder. Do I simply just have to continue the main quest here and they'll give me the key to this place? Or do I have to actually go out and find it wherever it is in the world? I might have missed it. But then again, why would a key just be lying around for the evil scientist layer? That sounds pretty dumb. I wouldn't do that to myself.
Was that all?
The hardest enemy of the game is also in a hidden area on Big Empty. I don't think any quest sends you there. Good. I don't want to meet them. I don't. Wonder how the balls to end the game if the players lose. The Illuminated Fleet has finally reached Super Earth about 2 hours ago. Oh. For Helldivers? Imagine if they did, and they just ended service. I also didn't know that Super Earth was actually a place that they could reach. I thought that was just a lore thing. But I mean, it would be one heck of a way to go. It's kind of like how the MMO Final Fantasy 14, basically ended service and then was born anew. You don't want to try your luck against it, or at least see it? You know, there are some things better left where they are. I would rather not fuck around and find out. Here's something for you guys who aren't Asian. Thai people are very superstitious. We literally have this building called the Ghost Building in basically the middle of the city. And nobody messes around with it because, yeah, we don't do that. Nobody has bought that place or decided to renovate it. It's just this huge ass skyscraper that is an empty building with a ton of ghost stories about it. And even a ghost movie, or a horror movie I should say, about it. You could look it up. It exists. And the reason why I talk about this is because there was some recent threads on like this Thai forum where everybody after the earthquake was talking about how the ghost building stood tall and firm. There was literally nothing wrong with it. There wasn't even a crack. That building is sturdy. As opposed to some of the more modern condominiums that fell like a pile of cards. So, yeah. Hello, Gasoline Man. Welcome. Always nice to see a new face around here. Time to live stream there for content. If I ever become like a horror YouTuber, or like one of the paranormal YouTube channels, just going out there and faking scares and stuff like that, maybe. I forgot that this was what you said.
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
Yes, yes, yes. Sounds like it's worth buying and renovating if it's that sturdy. The thing is, right, it was made by a famous architect back in the day. I don't know exactly what the history was, but I believe something fell out. I suppose, well, speaking of like a deal, not like an actual physical object. Or like some sort of corruption happened, some legal trouble, and then nothing happened after that. It was supposed to be a hotel, like the fanciest hotel in all of Bangkok, but not anymore. Just going in there would probably get you in social hot water. Essentially, yeah. I've recovered all the information.
What? You did? Your survival, let alone success, barely registered in my projections. Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful.
How truthful. Thought I was lying to you. Yo, it's a Fabio. There's been similar stories about churches that survived fires and earthquakes. I have seen a few posts like that, where like a massive fire burned down an entire city except the church for whatever reason. Do these technologies have the information you need? Either you receive the schematics? So genius, what now? do I be an ass? I'm not really that kind of person though. Do they have what you need?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Your answer isn't filling me with confidence.
No. I mean, yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced,
indeed.
You know?
I too understand the schematics. But I will let you explain it to see if you understand them. Man. You aren't an ass guy, Zero? I'm surprised. Well, I kind of am, but I don't embody that. I try not to be that around other people. I'm only that way around you guys, okay? We all know that the Discord for the members is a hostile work environment and none of us are friends. Like, this isn't a secret. Do you even know what these technologies do? Why did you have me get them if you don't know how they would help? I'm going to advance my boot into your voice module if you don't give me some solid data. Okay, you know what? Not gonna lie, I want to say this.
I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you
Totally.
remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes, so let me... a bit, huh? I'll figure it out.
Oh, I am the science man. Almost forgot. Oh, there's many different ways you can go about this. Look, the antenna focuses brainwave patterns, right?
Yes, that's what I believe I said.
Now, the suit's a cardiac regulator, and the sonic frequency is a spinal vibrator. Do you remember what other biological effects the other items had? Let's say all the fancy stuff first.
I've got it. The cardiac regulator in the suit, the antenna for brain waves, and the sonic frequency for the vertebral nerves.
I'm waiting for you to draw a conclusion.
I'm thinking. This is all very complicated. Let me check something. Of course.
Brain
I have
blast.
it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden in the schematics. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency, and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been.
Oh
Sometimes
my God.
I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his.
Sometimes my genius too scares me. Well, we can go even further. Don't these items seem more biologically focused than that, though?
Biological? Ridiculous. I mean, technically, these items could all be used to put you back together once you had your brain. But for now, they can be used in the name of aggression. The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue.
I love this. We're not using the power of friendship, but the power of science! Ha ha! Far more powerful than any friendship anybody could have. So I guess I guess my suit just now opens the door. So let's go. Never mind. I must walk there. For science!
Sneaking
Oh,
done.
come on.
Fighting now.
How did you know I was going to come over and kill you? That or just talk to you because you actually seem like a reasonable person if you weren't crazy? And I mean, everybody else here is also crazy,
You're
so
my
like...
best friend forever. Bad guys dealt with.
Nice. Alright, that's enough looting for me, honestly. Taught you the other brains? Oh, do they have new dialogue? Dr. Klein's supposed to be a stuffy jerk of a college dean. Dr. Klein is, not the most scientific man out there. That's for certain. Good to see you too! This is probably not the person I should have talked to first. Oh man.
The lobotomite returns. What insidious plan can it have brewing in its horrid mind? What commie anti-American propaganda will it spew?
Oh, helped any animals discover their genetic potential recently?
Indeed. After the memory you accessed about Gabe, I've been looking for ways to help nurture life.
This seems
Look
like a bad
at
idea.
These. Aren't they quite look-worthy? All dripping with the residue of creation.
What am I looking at?
Wondrous. I notice these results more
Why?
and more now that I know to look for them. Come back anytime, and I'll show you what else I've discovered.
Thanks.
Until next time, then. Provided there is a next time. For any of us.
It's like kids that trade bugs for an item or food or something like that. Like, no,
And
I don't
you
need that.
return as curious as a teddy bear.
I'm not your
Are you
Pookie Bear.
stuck in a looping gesture of greeting?
Oh god.
If you're ready, let me radar scan you. Slowly. Woo. Woo. Purple, purple, woo. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Purple. Ba, ba, bloop. Ba, ba, bloop. Ba, ba, bloop. Whew. Last little bit there. Thank you, lobotomite. Please, you must come back for further study when I've had a rest. I'm a little sensitive right now.
Not gonna lie, I forgot about Dala. I probably forgot about her
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
because of that experience. Now I think I'll remember her.
Predictable. The lobotomite specimen returns. Its purpose? Repetition. Chances of success? High.
So, Zero. Got any amazing discoveries to share?
Yeah, I discovered more internal parts in the monitors here. If you could hold on to my discovery, I'd appreciate it.
I discovered internal parts of the monitors here. Puts hand inside computer, yanks wires out. I'm a scientist. Oh man. It's your other clone? Yeah. This was one of the defects. Any more of these worthless caps?
You sure are testing that personality chip thoroughly. All right. Yeah, there were a few under the monitors here. Here you go. Keeps the place tidy.
Yeah. Thanks for all this
Until the next scheduled
worthless
audio
stuff.
transmission and reception, then.
This poor guy. We share the same name. I shouldn't bully him. Oh, man. I fully agree, Gasoline Man. The writing for this game is some of the best that I've seen. But granted, it's Obsidian. Like, what did you expect? This is what they do. And then their games are also buggy and unfinished.
Was that all?
Like, if you guys don't know about it, I recommend checking out Tyranny. I checked out a video of review from Mandalore on that game, and it sounds incredible. With the one exception being that it's clearly unfinished. Just like every other Obsidian game. No. Why?
Sneaking done. Fighting now.
I'd rather not. Let's just get in here. What in the what? What the? Giant Robo Scorpion? Do I just shoot it a bunch of times? There are no weaknesses. I kind of don't want to get into the arena with it. If it's just going to keep going back and forth like that, I'm fine with it. But how much ammo is this going to cost me? Also, are my bullets getting reflected? No, it's already half health. Wait, you've lost me already? Oh, you know what? You're right, Fun. I do recall that they were talking about the giant Robo Scorpion. But yeah, it's been too long.
That's all.
Damn. That was one hell of an explosion. That was probably the best boss fight I've ever played in a fighting game. Did I say fighting game? That was probably the best. I just got fighting games on the mind, man. What the heck is wrong with me? That was probably the best boss fight I've ever had in a video game. Oh, man. Alright. Rad. Totally. Drone control terminal. What is this? Oh. Giant Scorpion test log. The Saronite armor plating on the giant Robo Scorpion has exceeded expectations, mostly. While it's virtually impervious to small arms fire, the sonic emitter that Parsons brought in managed to fry several of the prototype subsystems. We'll have to look into improved EMP shielding for the next prototype. On a more positive note, the prototype's new atomic laser is performing admirably. Some residual radiation is left behind after the weapon discharges. It may be necessary to requisition more radiation suits and meds as precaution. Target drone effectiveness log. The constant improvements to the giant Robo Scorpion has rendered the Protectron models we've been using as hostile communist forces largely ineffective. At this stage, they're little more than distractions. Giant Robo Scorpion for the win! Loki admitting that fighting games aren't video games? No! I didn't mean it that way! No! I think... No, not that. You were zoning at the Scorpion was a grappler? Yeah, that's imagine how I imagine a fight as a grappler versus New 13 would go. Okay. It was a sonic emitter, right? That was the gun that we used for this? Yeah. There we go. Power regulation terminal. Promise consort Radon? Boring. Giant Robo Scorpion that died in less than a minute? Real shit. Hell yeah. Who cares about Radon? I'm honestly just glad that he beat the allegations though. The new atomic laser. Oh no, it wasn't him that beat the allegation. It was Moog. I'm getting them confused now. The new atomic laser is putting an incredible strain on the giant Robo Scorpion's generator. Damn thing shut down right in the middle of weapons testing last week. I pushed for reducing the laser's output by 25%. Instead, they slapped a backup generator onto the Scorpion. Dangerous if you ask me. The systems weren't designed to handle the power from two systems at once. And if some rookie tech fires at the backup generator too early, well. So I guess there was other ways to destroy giant Robo Scorpion apart from standing there and shooting him. But those ways are a little too smart for me, unfortunately. Will you be watching any more Vati lore vids? I think I'll return to the Vati lore vids once I get to playing Elden Ring. I feel like that might be a better way to go about things, as opposed to, you know, shaking out a new lore, and then people who want to see me play the game wait a year for it to maybe happen. I feel so bad, but I also don't have enough time. I have so many commitments that I have to get to. So, yeah, if I get back into the game, or well, if I get into the game, then I'll probably do another, or catch up on the latest vids and the newest bits of lore. Okay, yeah, that seems to be it for here. I'll try and search around for the sync upgrade. Hopefully you don't miss out on it. Oh, are those the generators? Oh no, these are just the test robots, I guess. What do I force the lock? Easy. Wait. Ooh. Oh, emergency shutdown terminal password. Wait. Could I just literally shut down the giant robo-scorpion? Einstein 3.14. It'll take weeks to get the prototype functional if we ever have to initiate the emergency shutdown procedure, but it's better than destroying the thing outright, at least until we get the 17 other prototypes we requested. Ah, I did not realize this was here. We could have kept the giant scorpion robot alive that way, I suppose. That's a bit unfortunate. Looking to quests? Oh yeah, you're right. Find all the audio samples for the jukebox. Right there? Okay, no. Still on the right gun. Oh, thank you. I assume that nothing's gonna happen until we go through that door. Wait a minute. Oh, come on. Light and heavy? Does anybody wear medium? Audio sample Mobius's Robo-Scorpion. Thank you very much. Take it to the jukebox, recalibrate the sonic emitter for new effects. Find samples for the biological research station. I think I should probably back out of here then, and then go and do this before we go in there, because that might be more of a finale sort of thing. Whoa. Okay. Were these guys supposed to be shooting at me, or did we disable them somehow? Lore? Thank you very much. I'll take all that I can get. Per instructions from the higher-ups, after that one time the giant Robo-Scorpion's attack routine malfunctioned, we've installed an emergency shutdown procedure. Let's hope we never had to use it. The proto systems will all be fried, and we will be up and running, let's say, expecting delivery out of a battle-ready model within 6 months. Project has already had enough delays. You were thinking of using this in actual combat? I suppose it would be very intimidating to the enemy forces. That or it would be a laughing stock, but it did have a lot of gear on it, so it might have worked. Unfortunately, it met me, and it had bad pathing. Yo, what's up, Chaco? Yes, indeed. We are back with Fallen New Vegas streams. Or, I suppose, streams in general. You now break down clipboards and pencils. I realize that is a thing, but oh god! How the heck did that happen? But I don't know if I need the raw materials that I get from that for anything. I'm not into the crafting for the game. And I mean, I haven't needed to interact with it so far, so... Apart from just the weapon repair kits and stuff like that. I'll take the coffee mug though. Get this. Was it Z? Yeah. There we go. Thank you. You can never have too much ammo.
Are we being watched?
Especially for weapons that you'll probably never use. It was supposed to be the weapon that would surpass the Metal Gear. I don't know Metal Gear lore, but at the very least I know that. I don't know about that. I don't know if it would. But whatever you want to believe. Wouldn't it be incredibly funny though if in Metal Gear that thing did show up as like a final boss? The Metal Gear. And if anybody would suggest that I check out Metal Gear lore, I might. But I have Metal Gear Solid 5. And I mean, I've seen Cashew play some of the games. I think it would be fun to just play through them myself, honestly. Turret control system. Oh, so you can like take over the turrets in order to use them? Merciless. Freedom 9. Huh? Oh? Ah. I used my big brain to figure that out. I didn't totally just guess that. Yeah, target the scorpion. Haha. So this is what fighting with your brain looks like. I don't really do that. I see Gorilla Brazilia streams. Any plans for SMT Vengeance? SMT 5 I will be continuing. The entire reason why I picked up Brazilia was because I fell extremely far behind when it came to the Patreon anime reactions due to the earthquake and the whole situation there. So I worked out a deal with Aeonix where I'd basically stream whatever game that was requested for like the next 2 months. And we would call it even there. So Tales of Berseria was the one that we picked for the first one. We have another game lined up and a few backups if I don't enjoy it. And I think the game after that is Frostpunk. And we'll have to decide what the other one is. I might find some time to play SMT5 Vengeance in between those. So we'll see. I might update the stream schedule again, if that's the case. But, yeah. I do want to see SMT5 Vengeance. And see where it ends. It's been a very long time since I played the game, and I miss it dearly. Metal Gear.
Sneaking done. Fighting now.
1 second. Come here. Where are you? Get out of here. Alright. Metal Gear lore will leave you to path of suffering and misery and chasing naked... What? So you're saying it's gonna turn me into Arthur? Impossible. I have to ask Cashew about this. Have you played Ace Attorney or Professor Layton? I haven't played either of those, but what I will say is if any of you guys know who Silver is, I play Monster Hunter Wilds with him currently, and I suppose Persona 5 Royal. Once we finish the main story for Monster Hunter Wilds and any like side content that we want to do, we will be replacing the Monster Hunter Wild streams with Ace Attorney. So it might take a while, but that is currently our plans, and that is the next game that we'll check out. Damn, well, fine. I'll walk there. Or at least walk far enough away so that this enemy marker doesn't disturb me. Might end up walking into new enemies though. No? Okay, there we go. No, it's right above me here though. How do I get there?
Was that all?
Cashew still prefers cat girls. That is true. He's stayed true to his calling. And I respect him for that. I need to get the seed package up there. I remember just jumping down the ravine. I don't recall if there's a way to get back up. There probably is. I just need to
Sneaking done. Fighting now.
walk around a little bit. Get out of here.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
No, this is just the other side of the facility that we're at, yeah. How do I get back up there? How do I go here? Nope. Thank you for the super chat, Edward. Reposting because I was overlooked. No. Impossible, Zero. How could you not read every single chat message? I'm sorry. This one I think is on top of the hill. I don't know if the giant Roboscorp had it, but the normal ones have mind-melting lasers that make enemies dumber. You're immune because of your lack of brain. Oh.
Are we being watched?
It's a good day to be dumb. That's awesome. Thank you for that little tidbit, Ed. Thanks for the super chat. Ooh.
Cessation of
Sit
hostilities
down.
complete.
Ah, that's some good old sarsaparilla. Ooh. Oh no, I need to cross the metal bridge and then cross the pipe. Okay.
Slight chance of seed dispersal from botanical gardens predicted in the late evening.
Imagine being overlooked. Couldn't be me. It'll be a sad day, if it ever happens, when there's like too many people in the stream that I just can't interact with anybody anymore, and the chat just keeps flying by. At that point, I definitely have to have just like member-only streams, just to limit it, make it more manageable. Thank you. Wonder how many bottles of sarsaparilla you have? I have 73. I thought I had 50. Nope. Much more than that. You're still plenty intelligent, Zero. Why, thank you, Venbird. That being said, I am my character. And from the way that I play... Ooh, prickly pear.
You got some plans for me, don't you? Yeah, I can smell it all over you.
Oh my. Put chat in slow mode? That's a good question, actually. Does YouTube have a slow mode? It probably does, but I've never had to use it. There is top chat, but I have no idea what top chat is and how it functions. All I can tell is that if I'm in top chat, sometimes I'll be talking with a viewer, and then their response will never get shown to me. Like, so why would I ever be in that mode? To process some plants.
I love it when you talk like that. Let me just get that interface up and running for you. Muggy? Yeah, Muggy's alright.
There you go.
Not too seedy, but hey, nobody's perfect.
That's a lot of dried stuff I got there. Top chat is basically filter chat, but sometimes it filters out things that I want to see.
What's the haps?
What's the haps?
Right on, baby. Just plug it in and I'll mix you up a sweet, sweet sound.
A roger that, N-Bird. Hope you have a good night's rest. Right.
Right on, baby.
Right on.
Let's spin some grooves.
I will give you Opera Singer, and you will give me Robo Scorpion. I have no idea whether this is more effective and what it does, but it sounds awesome, so I'm taking it. Field research complete. So, now what? Yo, what's up, Sir Goodsworth? Yes, indeed, my workload has become more manageable. I'm pretty far ahead now when it comes to the YouTube upload, so I'll have more time to do streams and stuff like that. I might do more of them, and they might be longer than before. We shall see. Top chat filters all of Arthur's messages. Yeah. Unfortunately, they do. Oh, man. There we go. But I mean, if it uses some sort of like keywords, or maybe even uses like an AI in order to determine what is and isn't spam, sometimes it gets it wrong, so really no point in using it. Alright. Let's end this. What is going on there? I don't know, but that turret was doing some wacky stuff. Look at the sonic emitter to see what Scorpion does. Let us see. Weapons. Sonic emitter Robo Scorpion. It is orange. That looks like a crean. A crean? A cool green blast. I'm making up new words as I go. Hello? Oh, this seems familiar. Can we talk? Hi? I think we have a lot more in common than you would think.
Hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. Little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
Is that better?
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. Flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for a mentat?
This poor guy. Thanks.
I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-erific thoughts and ideas when
That's
those
a new
chalky
word.
tablets are zipping through
I'll
my
take it.
biogel. I forget them all not long after, though, especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end.
Oh my god, they give you so many options to just be a dick. You're not exactly what I was expecting.
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
Trying to think here. If he's like this, is it simply because he's crazy and he's been setting out the Robo-Scorpions, or is it because there's some fuckery going on here, where it's not actually Dr. Mobius doing all of this, but somebody else using Dr. Mobius's image to manipulate other people? Somebody else controlling the Scorpions? I don't know. Just a thought. Why did you steal my brain?
Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a homily. The anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition.
Why is that a problem?
I'm not sure, except that I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. I have very good reasons for almost everything I do. Even if I forget them occasionally. Although I feel this one is especially important. Oh well.
Oh man. Mobius here has raisins, good raisins, like my aunt does for whenever she gets into a hissy fit. Throws a tantrum. I have a good reason, I'm an adult, you should listen to me. Yeah, I don't think so. But judging from the state that he's currently in, yeah, it could very well just be the fact that he's not doing well mentally, physically. Everything of him is not doing well. He's doing things that he doesn't even really understand. And the reason why nobody can understand what he's doing is because he doesn't even know what he's going to do next. Like, always do the unexpected. If you don't know what you're doing, then your opponent will never figure it out. Maybe that's the sort of thing that we're dealing with here. I was curious about some things.
Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything.
You sure about that?
Maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers.
Ooh. I can't fix your monitor, but if you're getting ghost reception, I can fix that.
The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon mentats break.
You have mentats every single day? No wonder why, man. Can you tell me about your robo-scorpions?
Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought. But they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts. I find things curious as well. Go on.
He genuinely just seems like a senile old man who's, he's not a danger to society, except he kind of is. What's going on here? You don't seem aggressive. Why broadcast threats to the think tank?
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself
tripping
up
out
to
of his
it.
mind.
Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such
He's
varieties.
just a junkie.
Whenever I take
Okay.
mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical
And it's
lung.
completely destroying his brain.
As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
Wow. That being said, we have seen plenty of accounts of people talking about the Mentat situation here. I mean, it is a big academy city, essentially. They're filled with a bunch of scientists who are working incredibly hard in order to get whatever project that they're working on done. And in every single area, in every single lab or house, you can find mentats everywhere, so this must have just been a general problem for everybody here. And one drug leads to another, and yeah, it's an all-consuming thing. I guess Dr. Mobius is one of the people who fell victim to that. Sounds like you built the Robo-Scorpions, issued threats to keep the think tank occupied.
Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. Some reason for it. Ethics or, con-science? You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the reasons better than I do.
Glass half full kind of guy? That's a good way to describe him, yeah. He's unfortunately not all there. Quite literally. Everything you've told me doesn't add up. Your plan, even your name, Mobius.
Dr. Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one.
What was your
This
old name?
name's as real as you or I. Although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden. As for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming.
Isn't the thing that brought us here like a crashed satellite that was showing a movie? It's been a while, but I feel like that's what initially started off this DLC. Mentats weren't considered a drug, but a supplement, and it's basically Adderall mixed with... Yeah, I see. I mean, one thing leads to another. Forbidden Planet is an old 1950s sci-fi movie, and the Forbidden Zone is a place from the old Planet of the Apes movie. Oh, okay. I have seen the Planet of the Apes movies, but I've only seen the newer ones. Have not seen the original ones. Right? Gotcha, Jake. Yeah, okay. You reprogram their names as part of recursion loops. What, to trap their processors?
Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But, yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember.
That makes everything okay, yeah.
I didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then...
Why did you trap them? A recursion loop is designed to prevent the flow of information, so all this insanity is because of you. Why did you trap them?
The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it. I suspect I have Plan 9s in place, but I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. They're probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here, or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several Plan 9s in case the 7s fail.
On the top left there, wasn't that the Wild Wasteland perk thing activating? Was this like change dialogue because of that? Klein, Mobius, 0's a circle, 8's an infinity symbol. They're all loops. Klein Mobius. How is that a loop? It's probably a reference that I'm not getting. Either that or I just don't understand English well enough.
Oh, you figured it out. No pun intended. Dr. O, which is actually not his real name
Gotcha, pun.
multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time, and history. All that is left is what's here. I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world, here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quite professional.
That's kind of an asshole thing to do to your friends. Yeah, kind of. Oh, man. Another old sci-fi movie called Plan 9 from Outer Space. Haven't seen it myself, just heard of it from pop culture osmosis. Guessing that's a reference. Okay. A Klein bottle is a 4D object with only one surface. A Mobius strip is a 3D object with only one surface. Huh. I have never heard of these things before. And I would be incredibly amazed if somebody figured all of this out on their own somehow. Is there a Let's Play on YouTube where somebody who wasn't spoiled by the story was like, wait a minute, all of their names are loops? Potentially from an actual scientist. As I've stated several times, I am much more mad than I am scientist. Minor detail, but a snake devouring its own tail is Ouroboros, not Ouroboros. What? There's an extra O there. No! Impossible! Do I point this out? I wonder if I do. What would happen? Sure.
Really? It is so unlike me to make an error in anything I do.
Yeah, kind of. True. There's a physicist who played this DLC and mentioned it? Ah, okay. To be fair, I knew both of these things. Well, Argoth has lived for a much longer time than I have, so that makes sense. Not throwing any shade. Just, the respect. Oh, man. Yeah, I've never heard of those things before. But then again, a Klein bottle and a Mobius strip wasn't really all too important when I was getting my sports science degree, so I guess fair enough. If you lobotomize a think tank, why terrorize them? I don't understand why you sent the threats on the Robo-Scorpion army against the think tank. If you lobotomized them already, why terrorize them?
Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright.
Give them something to think
They are
about?
the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria, finally able to see its host.
Almost in a way, it's kind of like when somebody retires at, like, their age of 60, but then they don't really have any plans for their retirement, so they don't have much to do, and then they kind of just wither. Regardless of who you are, I feel like you need a purpose. You need something to be doing, something to be working towards, something to strive for, in order to keep on living. I mean, I have seen, like, relatives of friends who have lost that sort of goal and kind of just keeled over. Because, yeah, there just wasn't anything for them left. But there is the added instance here where Mobius needs to keep them occupied because they are too smart for their own good. And who knows what they could do if they weren't trying to figure out how to defeat Dr. Mobius this entire time. But then that goes back to the question of doing this in the first place is really messed up. But was it for the greater good? There were other visitors though, why am I different?
There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micromagnifiers. You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts.
I think that is a lack of imagination. There is plenty to pursue in this world. I 100% agree, but also we're human. And oftentimes we don't see everything around us. We simply see what we want to see or whatever our emotions allow us to see. And there have probably been plenty of times in everybody's lives here where you felt like you didn't have anywhere else to go or any solution to the problem that you had faced. Of course, the more you experience life, the more that you know that's not true, but I also feel like once you reach a really old age and you start to go senile, you start to regress a little bit and you can lose sight of that. Think of what sci-fi terrors the think tech would unleash on the wasteland without Mobius occupying them. Considering that they experimented on all these animals that have technically been able to get out of the think tank and are terrorizing the Mojave, yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. If you consider how willing they were to do horrible things to the lobotomites and their haphazardness when it came to safety, you can see where that leads to. We already saw the whole camp here and the things that they were doing on those people. So yeah, if they got their hands on the people in New Vegas, we would have so much more problems. It is really unfortunate that their brilliantness isn't channeled towards something positive to help people here in the wasteland. Because if it was, we could maybe have a much better standard of living, despite the nuclear fallout. But I suppose it is what it is, and sometimes when you're that smart, you go a little bit crazy. Bullet that went to my brain. Doug Mitchell tried to patch me up, but a cranial injury from the attack outside Goodsprings.
Yes, very good. I should have Mentats ingest you instead of the other way around.
I would rather not, thank you.
Mentats. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But
very scientific term,
it was enough
yes.
for the auto dock in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem, and the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial selves into hosts to slip past the radar fence. I'm sure of it. And once they're off the reservation...
I see. Gotcha. So that's the ultimate plan, then. But war never changes. Indeed, it hasn't. It's only gotten worse. Consider one big point. This used to be a mountain. So where do you think the mountain went? I imagine that the mountain went sky high. From somebody's experiment, yeah. That's what happens when you follow light. It can guide you, but it can also blind you. That reminds me of a line from Arcane, Season 1. Specifically said by Victor, the scientist guy. I don't remember the exact quote, but I believe it went along the lines of, we strove so hard to find greatness, but we forgot to do what was right. And I feel like a lot of scientists can fall into this trap quite easily. And I've been talking about this with Serbia a few times when it comes to like new advancements in technology, whether that be weapons or just like AI and stuff like that. Once something exists, it's always going to be there. And you can use it for good, and somebody else can use it for bad. But you can't really take it back once you've discovered it and published your findings. So it's tough, but progress is unstoppable. That's kind of what we do. I tried so hard and went so far, but in the end it doesn't even matter. Victor probably. Yeah, he was a huge Linkin Park fan too. So if I don't get my brain back in my head, I can't leave ever? Oh, Intelligence 7. Klein said they had the idea to get the 3 technologies after your broadcast. Coincidence?
I consider coincidence to be profanity, along with the words astrology, herbal tea, and luck. So watch it, potty mouth. My threat broadcast is designed to instill and install fear. And along with the emotional download, other data rides the fear carrier wave. It prompted them to focus on retrieving those technologies and bring them to attack me. And coincidentally, pardon my language, all those technologies are needed to put a brain, your brain, back into its skull properly.
Counterpoint, if it is discoverable, someone will discover it. Maybe you're a better choice than the alternative. We've had this discussion a few times, actually. The one that I recall when we talked about this specific counterpoint was with the plants from one of the vaults that we went to look at that were growing very dangerously. But it was also a technology that, if used in the proper way, could give people more food to eat. But you know, it could also create a bunch of monsters that completely destroy the whole place, so gotta be kind of careful with that sort of stuff. I think there were also other technologies that had to do with water, or just how the vaults worked, but yeah. I just recall that we've talked about this exact point. For every kid that dreams about a light bulb, there's one that dreams about nukes. Jace, maybe? You know what? True. With Jace's creation, oh boy. Holy. Brought about something new that caused a lot of destruction, but yep, as Argot said, somebody else might have figured it out and done it in a much more destructive way. Obsession is a poisonous drug that makes you see only one path, and inevitably at the end of the path is self-destruction of everything you love. Yep, I mean that's why it's called obsession. And I mean some people say that you need to be obsessed over something in order to succeed at it, but I would disagree. I feel like there's a balance to everything. Walk the middle path. What is the purpose of the technologies?
The X2 antenna can be used to focus your alpha wave frequency thought patterns. The sneaky suit? Why, it houses a cardiac regulator. And the sonic sound wave projecto emitter was never intended as a weapon. It was a medicinal vertebrae pulse desensitizer. In short, brains, a heart, and courage. Spine. I think there was a story once where a band of murderous thugs sought these things.
The Wizard of Oz?
Them all the time in the story. Didn't stop them from murdering to get them. And it won't stop the think tank either.
That's one way to describe that story, yeah. Was there any other data transmitted in your threat broadcast?
Yes, my overly aggressive cammed-up broadcast was designed to keep reinforcing the forget, fear, rinse, and repeat program. Oh, and the get me the things to castrate your only possible escape attempt. But I couldn't delete you or your arrival any more than I could the other visitors. Only so much science can do when you started talking to them. You're really quite difficult to ignore, you know. It's because you're, well, rather intriguing, if you'll forgive an old brain for saying so.
Yeah, how dare you call me intriguing? The Scarecrow had a gun? Wait, what? Maybe it's just been a while since I've seen Wizard of Oz, but he had a gun? The think tank downloaded the schematics, not the items. They can rebuild them.
Oh, that means my plan is a total failure. That is unfortunate. Oh well, at least I tried.
Hey, at least he's got a good attitude about it. I was curious about some things.
Yes, this is getting interesting. You are just filled with these little slices of curiosity.
How many hours have I
aren't
spent
you?
just trying to figure out what's going on here? Of course I would be. Wait, really? My only option left is enough, I'm here to kill you? I mean, I guess we exhausted all the dialogue possible, so Yeah. I kind of don't want to do this, but then again, like, how else am I going to get out of here? When I have a chance, I'll send you the picture of the movie. Roger that. Okay, I guess we're taking the plunge.
Oh, intriguing. I've never been killed before. Although, after that time I got that phlegmy discharge in my biogel, I wished I had been.
Oh, bro. As somebody with bronchitis, I feel
If it's
you.
going to be killing, I defer to your expertise in this matter. How should we begin? Engineering viruses, cancerratic beams, atomics, electrocutioning? Or should I summon my minions? Yes, my minions.
What? What minions?
Whoa, have they not constructed themselves yet? That's a bit premature of me. The Robo-Scorpions, of course. They can assemble themselves from floor panels and parts scattered about. Quite inventive. Never really know when they might suddenly appear.
Really?
Minions, destroy this intruder! Or perhaps make it more dramatic. Minions, to me! Oh, yes, that's quite a
great.
bit better.
Right.
Time to fight.
Attacking with a capital
With a capital G?
G!
Sorry, Dr. Mobius. Holy cannoli, mahole, ho! I was not expecting this much damage to come pouring in. It's Asperilla time, too. Morbius, stop! He's got a Morb! No! Is there anywhere I can find cover?
Neutrons attached to the neutron. The neutron's attached to the meson. Meson's connected to the proton.
This will keep you on your feet.
Is that like an actual song? I feel like I've heard that before.
I attack you. Oh, yes. Attack you.
Right. The ads are down. It's just Mobius now. Sorry, man.
And so I die.
That's all.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess I picked the wrong dialogue options then. Poor Mobius. I didn't want to kill you, but it is what it is. Of course he has med tats on him. So many, too. Oh my god, this guy? This poor dude is shooting it up all the time. Okay. Wrap my brain and get out of here. That is a bit of an... Okay. Okay. It is there. I thought we were gonna have to go on yet another long quest to try and find Brain.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
Why does my brain sound so masculine? That's right. I'm playing as a female character.
Ah, well, as to that, you'd be surprised how hard a feminine-sounding voice modulator is to find in the
Okay,
Forbidden
yeah,
Zone.
fair enough.
It's not as though brain-sustaining life support tanks grow on trees. I had to take what I could get.
Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
That would be pretty nice. But why are you such a dick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote, As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Hmm? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
What the fuck? This is my own brain. I thought with my own thoughts in order to do these things, right? So my brain should be on my side, right? Oh, come on, that stuff's fun. But it's fun.
Fun? Fun? Is tetanus fun? Hmm? Is rickets? What about sepsis, huh? Enjoy that, do we? The things you do with our body are suicidally dangerous, and if you could silence your glandular impulses, you would hear me screaming at you!
Don't you want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back into my head. How the hell did Mobius get a hold of my brain? How did he get a hold of my brain?
After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome.
How did he do that?
I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. It seems like a pretty unlikely coincidence.
Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it.
Alright, alright.
Well, as long as your curiosity is satisfied.
So, you want to get back in my head?
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions.
Disgusting.
Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
It is quite annoying that these functions of our body we can't even control. What about the good things? What about a cool breeze on your cheek? The smell of food? Love? Okay. I can see your point. What can I do to make this a fair compromise?
If you want me back, we need to establish some ground rules.
Let's meet them halfway.
First, showers!
Yes.
Second,
I agree.
regular checkups. Regular, mind you, and from a reputable doctor. That Julie Farkas woman, for example, she seems to know a thing or two. Third, you need to listen to me more than your hormonal choir and genitalian orchestra. Promise me that, and you've got a deal.
That's kind of hard to do for human beings. Yeah. So what, you'd rather just stay here, never leave that tank of whatever that stuff is? I mean, honestly, the conditions aren't all that bad. I feel like that's just taking care of yourself. Yeah, you've got a deal.
Really? I didn't expect you to actually agree to that. I'm afraid that was a bit of a bluff, really.
No!
I'm not
How dare you? God damn it. You'd rather just stay here?
Well, certainly there might be some things I miss about being ambulatory. We have seen some incredible sights, haven't we? Jason Bright and his followers launching into the vast unknown. Helios 1 coming back online. But still, given the tremendous, potentially life-ending peril that went along with those, yes, I'd rather stay here.
My goodness. I don't think I've ever played a video game where I was talking to my own brain. Like, quite literally talking to it. Oh, what in the world is going on, man? Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones?
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions
to persuade
into
my
question,
brain. So we're at an impasse. You can't feel what I feel, and I can't think the way you think.
Indeed. Quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
I think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't complete if we're separated.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
So what do you say, Brain? Join me for some more wild adventures?
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
Does that mean we're gonna have to eliminate them too? Goddamn. It's stomping time. They promised to put us back together once I did what they wanted.
And you believe them? Really?
Yeah,
I know you
totally.
were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence, and the whole Mojave will be their playground.
We can't have that.
Is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
Well, what's so bad about letting the brains get out? We've already talked about that. You're part of me. I know you don't want to let that happen any more than I do.
Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan?
Nothing quite like it, eh? I'll handle the brains, you stay here. If the think tank won't hold up their bargain, we'll make them. Let's go.
Right! Look out, think tank! This brain is coming out of its jar! I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Yeah, I was about to say. So technically we could just go in guns a-blazing because we have the brain now. Confront Dr. Klein. Optional, use the Sync autodock to retrieve your original heart. And original spine. The problem there is I don't know if I want to do that. Because, like, the perks that we got from... Oh my god, I have so many perks. The perks that we got from having the robot body just makes life in the wasteland so much easier. I don't think there was any downside to it at all. And, like, aren't I completely immune to poisons now because of that? Reinstalling any organ is optional and reversible. Okay. I mean, at least there's that. I don't know if I want to, though. Being a cyborg seems kind of cool, not gonna lie. And I don't feel all that different.
You require some additional services?
Actually, let me do a quick save first.
You
Let me try
require some additional
installing some of my
services?
organs back. What does that do for me? Swap body parts. Place heart back in. The Heartless perk. Cardiac arrest perk. Your heart is back in your body, but some advanced technologies remain. You are less resistant to poison, and robots are only somewhat confused by you. But on the bright side, healing items are twice as effective. Oh, okay. So it's not like a complete downside to swapping back. We just get less of the original bonuses that we got from becoming a robot, and we get an extra added bonus. You know what? That's cool by me. I'll take it.
Did you know that communists have an organ behind their...
You require some additional services?
Prefer Heartless here because of the complete immunity to poison, personally. That's a good point, actually. That's probably one of the best things that we got from becoming a cyborg. Reinforced spine perk. Spider's back and body, but some advanced technologies remain. Your torso could now be crippled again, but your strength and damage threshold bonuses have doubled. Oh. Okay, yeah. I think that's pretty good. I might swap back to the Heartless perk though.
You require some additional...
I wonder if I can come back here and get this swapped back in again.
And rightly so.
There we go. Losing your heart, spine, and brain could be an elaborate Wizard of Oz reference. That's probably the case, considering they directly reference it, no? With Dr. Mobius. Considering how many things that they reference. Yeah. You can return here anytime you like. Okay, cool. Good, good, good. And I do agree with you, Pun. Honestly, I know that I can spare them, but without anybody trying to contain them, it might be best for the world as a whole that they don't exist. It's unfortunate that we probably won't get any extra dialogue then, but I kind of messed up, so I gotta accept the responsibility. Take responsibility for my own actions. How are we doing? I wish I had a kit to repair my armor with. How much is this gonna cost me? Yo, it's a forger.
Very good, sir.
Poor Dala never did anything wrong. I feel wronged by Dala. Ooh, gotta repair that. Okay. Wait, where is my armor? Do I have to take it off first? Oh no. Oh, it costs too much. Okay, that's why. 8,715. Let me sell something.
Might I be of service, sir?
Or at least try to find something to sell. Anything of value that I have that I don't really need. We have some battle brew. I think I used one of them at some point. I could sell those. A C4. Yeah, sure. Would that be enough? A detonator. Sell this dog meat. Why do we even have that? Plenty of empty syringes. That should be enough.
Might I be of service, sir?
Yo, what's up, Gallon? Welcome. Some missiles or something? Oh, actually, that's a good point. I don't really use them. But we should have enough now. Where is it? I think it's just... Okay. Oh, it's getting late for me, so I think I'm just, like, completely zoinked out of my mind. It's right here, Zero. There. God. Okay, let's get our weapons repaired. We need to repair you. I shall do that with the other layers. Ooh, perfect. All right. Let's do this. Maybe I shouldn't go in with my gun held high. Whoa. I think they know what's up. Hi.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
I think you're past due for your lobotomy, Clyde. Ooh. I found my braid. Now you and I are going to settle things. Let's not immediately start with aggression.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
I'm not handing my brain over. There's some things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
Ooh. You think I am the lobotomite? No, for my skull houses the brain of Mobius. Do you think I killed Mobius? No, he lives. Maybe you should confer with your colleagues first. I can't let you dissect the Mojave or let you leave. Ooh, I wonder. What happens if I say that I am Mobius? Maybe that would mean that I basically take his place, and so I become the one who makes sure that they stay here because they're constantly trying to figure out ways to defeat me. I'm going for it.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. There's no way Mobius would condescend to step inside you. Besides, there's no way such a thing could be accomplished. It's impossible.
Ooh, ho, ho. Nothing is impossible for science. Veson's lasers, atoms, brainwaves, all are at my command.
You speak the truth. And the decibel variation in your voice, it is Mobius. How dare you breach the think tank? And what do you want here?
I offer a deal. Stay here, stay put, and heal. I'll let you live. Oh, man.
That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities. We could have escaped, seen it all for ourselves, tested it, prodded at it, made it squirm.
I will permit you to do this for me? Hell no. Although, that is the only other option apart from just straight aggression, so I think we're just gonna have to continue with this. Maybe it'll be like, they'll disagree with doing it for me and then just decide to stay here. At least that's what I'm hoping. Either that or I just unleash this monstrosity upon the world, so... Go forth!
Partner with you? My foe? My rival? My foremost critic? I have a strange sensation that I would like that. How odd. Very well, partner. The think tank is at your service as long as you do not destroy us.
Okay. I think that went well. I guess at the very least now they'll do what I say. So they hopefully won't make any more monstrosities out there. And I suppose if they do, if I get the Yes Man ending, I'll just have a giant robot army anyway, so I'll just destroy them, so... Yeah, easy. Right? Although arguably, me getting the Yes Man ending... kind of the same effect as releasing these people out there. Well, maybe not. At the very least, I'm controlling them, right? And I'm a good person. I think.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose.
Good. Yeah,
Past
it worked out.
Laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
The Forbidden Zone continued to be, true to its name, forbidden. No more robo-scorpions were sighted in its canyons. Big Mountain became even emptier, devoid of Dr. Mobius's proclamations forecasting the destruction of anything that dared possess sentience. Still, it is said he lived on in the equations inscribed on the floor and walls of the Forbidden Zone dome. A cobweb tracery of symbols that told of 1,000 brilliant thoughts, now lost to time.
It was a shame.
The atop the dome
I didn't beat it.
With the voices of a small town,
That's how it went down.
constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities
Good.
gave it.
Yeah.
The biological research station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer
Oh,
to
God.
the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any
What is
particulate
this,
matter that
man?
came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
Absolute
The
W
toaster
then.
continued its psychotic spree.
Yeah.
Reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in the bathtub.
Not the toaster, no!
Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy
The ultimate comeback.
to collect coffee cups. Although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except, he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving.
Good for you, Muggy. I'm glad that you're happy.
And old Jefferson, with sounds the courier brought him, created a symphonic counter-frequency that saved Big Mountain from sonic invasion in 2019.
Sonic invasion? Did a hedgehog invade?
You didn't hear about it. Good. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches.
Oh my. I kind of understand why.
He forgot their names once too often and was soon left in the dark.
Oh no.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city.
I can only imagine,
in time,
yeah.
the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements.
Absolute gamer
Rather than
movements.
performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
Thank goodness. Cyber doggos are safe too.
Felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt worn, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after the stealth suit had left it without so much as a note on the nightstand.
Aww.
So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
Hey, Roxy! Oh no. I mean, as long as she's still safe out there. She ran into Rex! Yo! Yes! Yes! This is an absolute W!
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Can't believe my brain is still talking to me.
The think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside.
That's for the best.
They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond, although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier, and if anyone would shape it, well, the courier had already called dibs.
There is an
That I have.
expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, old world blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and New World hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
Oh, wait, I lost the brainless perk. Gain the big brain perk. Your brain is back in your body, but some of the advanced technologies remain. Head still cannot be crippled, but you are only 10% more resistant to addiction now. Surprisingly, your damage threshold has also improved by 10%. Acquire the Big Mountain Transportal Ponder. It's capable of transporting you and you alone between the Mojave Wasteland and the Big Empty. To return to the Mojave or go back to the Big Empty from the Mojave, simply equip the Transportal Ponder. As you would any weapon, pull the trigger and away you'll go. Note that it won't work in interiors or in combat situations, and is totally incapable of harming your enemies. Yeah! Well, it seems that I did get my brain back. Honestly? Oh, it's still going on. By far the best DLC. I think there was a lot to enjoy about the previous one too, with like the new area being really beautiful and a lot of nuance to the story, a lot of religious aspects that I think were handled very well. And like, we don't talk about the Sierra Madre one. That one, yeah, probably one of the... At the end of the day, it's probably going to be one of the worst ones, unfortunately. But there has to be one of them, right? But this one is just so up my alley, it's insane. And I'm so glad that the writers were able to have a bit of fun here while still remaining true to what is Fallout. They didn't compromise on anything. They just used everything that they had to its fullest advantage and played into it as much as they possibly could. And I think it turned out into a beautiful story that anybody could enjoy. I was very excited for you to see this DLC and it paid off. I am glad that I enjoyed it, and I'm also glad that it exists. I kind of hope that other video games at some point down the future will have anything remotely close to this, but I also feel like this might be a unique thing for Fallout because of just how Fallout is structured and the way Fallout works. That this just makes sense, and it works. And it might only work for Fallout. Ah, man. I guess I can always just re-experience this story, or maybe go and watch other people play through this and see what they think about it. Because I'm sure that there were like a lot of foreshadowing, a lot of hints that I just simply didn't understand because I didn't really get the context behind it. One of us needs to get enough donuts to redeem a dollar. Whoa. Oh no, please no. Unfortunately, I don't think the bot is working. It's been a while since we streamed. I also found it incredibly funny that they had literally everything talk about the epilogue. Like, all the appliances and even the research facilities too are characters. And the fact that they got the doggos together is incredible. Also, I saw earlier it was mentioned, Dino talked about how the Sonic invasion is the furthest forward event ever mentioned in Fallout lore. It's kind of insane to drop that just out of nowhere from the jukebox of all things. I don't know if it's ever expanded upon in any other game, because I don't think any other game goes that far in the future. Did you get that Sierra Madre DLC was technically sequel to this one? Technically a sequel? I mean, we had all the hints about Father Elijah, but I did play them based on release date. So I guess this was more so the intended way to discover it. as like you're flashing back to this, and then you get the information that you already have about Father Elijah and how the collars came to be. I think playing it like that was still pretty valuable because you have more context as to what's going on with that, and you can appreciate it for what it is more. It's never elaborated what it is. Just slide and that it happens 600 years later than this game. Gotcha. I feel like it's more so just a funny thing to call out. In my opinions, the DLCs work in any order. I would agree with that, yeah. Because ultimately, they all loop back in on each other. Granted, I still haven't played the final DLC that we'll get to potentially next stream. Actually, what do you guys recommend? Should I get to that DLC next stream, or should I go back and do the character or companion quests first? And see all of that before I continue with more DLC? It's funny if you look at the followed timeline of events on the wiki and it ends with the Sonic invasion. I can only imagine what that Sonic invasion is, and I would like to imagine it is the Blue Hedgehog. I would do a few more main quest missions so you can get to Arcade's quest and do that. Let's see. We have probably the Sarsaparilla Star Caps that we could likely do. We're not doing that one. The Reunion is the DLC one. Are there more main story quests that we've been missing out on? If I do The House Always Wins, would that lead to an ending? That's kind of, or like kill or disable Mr. House. Is that going to lead to an ending? Because I believe to trigger the Yes Man ending, all I have to do is just go back up into the hotel and talk to the little robot guy. Yes Man? And that would lead into that, but... Companion quest, in my opinion. Main quest is change in management, or the house always wins. There are several more quests before the game ends properly. Okay, gotcha. I thought this was like leading straight into the ending, so no, we can still do this. I'll have to look into it more. Why do I have both of them at the same time? Report to Mr. House. Deliver platinum chip. But then I guess that kind of contradicts with kill or disable Mr. House, which I think that would be the Yes Man. Yeah, return to Yes Man. So we'll do these first then. Okay. I'll put a tick into that so I can remember next time. Wildcard is pretty much always available until the point of no return at the end of the game. Gotcha. Please don't do that. At least not on stream. No matter what you do, it's always a backup option. Alright, cool beans, cool beans. I'll take a look-see and see what I need to do in order to activate some companion quests. I can vaguely remember what we've done so far, but there might be certain conditions and stuff. Except House forces your choices in a few of the quests between here and there, so if you want the Yes Man ending, go for it ASAP. Game makes it very clear when the point of no return is that you say no if you're not ready. Now that makes it kind of hard. Yeah, okay, I think I'm just gonna have to spoil myself a tiny bit just to make sure that I have the requirements for whatever companion quest Arcade has, so that I don't actually trigger an ending. Because we all know that sometimes I pick options that just lead straight into things that I didn't intend. Give the chip to House to get some more dialogue lore from him, just kill him later anyway, take over with Yes Man. Okay, so it doesn't lead straight into one. We can still do the thing, get the XP for it, and advanced stuff, whatever. Gotcha. Alright, my dudes. Wait a minute. Actually. How the... Oh, I guess in order to get back, I just need to use this. Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. Are you max level already? Actually, yeah. I think I am. The whole XP thing isn't all too important. But I do want to see the companion quests. Where am I? Oh, south of Nipton. Okay. And we need to head over to Lucky 38. There we go. Alright, dudes. We will deal with this next time, however. How do I save? That's right. Oh, wait, no, I can't save. Like this. There we go. So yeah, continue main quests, do companion stuff. Once all that's done, we'll do the DLC. And once the DLC is done, we'll wrap up the game. That is the current plan. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later, dudes. Bye-bye.